Yet another glass ceiling has been broken as the Union government has informed the Supreme Court that women cadets will now be able to join the prestigious National Defence Academy. The historic decision was taken after a nudge by the top court last month when women were allowed to appear for the NDA entrance exam. Centre has taken this decision after due consultation with the Defence Ministry and the three armed forces, and it has been communicated to the Apex Court. Observing that reforms do not happen in a day, the Apex Court called for a gender-neutral and proactive role by the Indian Armed Forces. The court will now hear the case on the 22nd of September and will take a call on the exemption sought by the centre with respect to allowing women cadets to compete at the NDA. On August 18, the Apex Court had allowed women cadets to appear for the National Defence Academy entrance exam while calling out the gender discrimination by not providing an equal opportunity to women. The court had also questioned the bar on women cadets despite its last year verdict which had allowed permanent commission for women in the Indian Armed Forces. On the 17th of February last year, the Supreme Court had upheld permanent commission for women officers in the Indian Armed Forces while refusing to reinstate the glass ceiling which was broken by the Delhi High Court in 2010 when it had granted parity to male and female officers as far as employment in the armed forces was concerned. The court had held that centre's stand had caused an irreparable loss to women officers in terms of service and seniority, while making it clear that non-discrimination in employment is a fundamental right under Indian law. The court had termed centre's submissions on women being physiologically weak as a mere stereotype and held that it was an insult to both women as well as the armed forces when aspersions were cast on their ability and achievements. Criticizing the deeply disturbing stand that taking care of family is a woman's job as if only they were saddled with domestic responsibilities, the court had stressed upon the need to change attitudes and mindsets after over 70 years of independence, calling engagement of women officers in the armed forces as an evolutionary process. The court had pointed to the fact that women officers brought laurels and were working shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts, and there was no reason why parity should be denied to them. Centre was also questioned for not implementing the High Court order which was not stayed by the Apex Court, while the court had clarified that there was no reason for the Union government to thwart equal opportunities for women. It remains to be seen till what extent this order will be brought into force and implemented, since the centre had earlier questioned various parts of the Delhi High Court order. However, the contentions were set aside by the Apex Court, but it remains to be seen till what extent it will be followed and whether any further concerns will be raised by the Union government.